Y'all messy. Why would this question say this? Y'all so messy. So the next question says, are you seeing anyone right now, or are you single?
But right now, body's bad. Don't make a sound.
Guys, we're back with another episode of Chatting with Charlie, and today we really finna yap because today's episode is a Q&A. So for the Q&A, I used the app called NGL. I think the kids say NGL is not gonna lie. So I use that app because I know it's anonymous, and I wanted like raw, genuine questions, and I know some folk ain't got, you know what I'm saying, the courage to say things with their name being shown. So I use the app NGL, and my questions are still in here. I got quite a few questions, and the criteria really was like, just ask what you want to ask me, you know what I'm saying? Keep it cute, no shade, no tea, keep it cute. But I'm just going to answer the questions to the best of my ability while being 100% transparent, because it really ain't nothing nobody can ask me that's going to really just like set me off, you know what I'm saying? So we're finna get straight into it. Y'all ready? All right. So the first question is, what is your type? Y'all, my type. Oof. So I can say what I've went for in the past that hasn't worked out, but that's just my type. But it really ain't my type no more because, yeah. So what I went for in the past before would be like tall, either like tall, light skin, tall, brown skin, tatted up, bird chest, 8th grade build. And when I say 8th grade build, I mean like bird chest, like just skinny, skin and bones, you know, skin and bones. I will say that was my type. Now that I am like dating, I don't want to say that I haven't always been dating intentionally, but now that I'm like really dating intentionally as a Christian, I'm no longer looking at like my physical type. Not saying I'm going for dudes who I don't find physically attractive, but I'm looking for the man of God. I don't want a man of this world. I don't want no worldly man. I don't want no, you know what I'm saying? I want that big dog. I want a big dog in Christ. And yeah, so now my type is just like whatever sparks my interest within my religion, within my beliefs, within what I'm looking for my future husband. Because I'm dating to get married. I'm not dating just to be in a long-term relationship. Or I'm not just dating just to say I got a boyfriend. Because it never gets that lonely over here. Like, no shade, no tea, it get lonely, but it don't never get that lonely to where it's just like, oh yeah, I just need a man. I ain't never needed a man. What? Maybe I carry my own 24 packs of water in the house, 32 pack of water in the house. Real big dog. I ain't never needed a man for the wrong things, respectfully. So my previous type, I would say will be that, but now I just love a grown man. And I would say like before I would go for men that were like my age. Now I like men that's older than me. And when I say older than me, I'm 25, y'all, so keep that in mind. But I like men that's like 27. I dated a 44-year-old. Yeah. It's just all about like that maturity level. And I feel like I don't feel like age plays a factor within like men's maturity, because you know men do mature at a slower rate than women. But I love a man that's older than me, because I feel like they be trying to, you know, put me on or something. And also men that's older than me, like when I was dating that 44-year-old, y'all, he be in bed by 9 p.m. Loved it, because I did not have to worry about, oh, he outside. Even though he still was outside, he was just outside, you know, early. But it was just like I didn't have to, you know what I'm saying, I had to deal with all that. Oh, you was up on Instagram but you didn't text me, all that. Like, that man, he was in the bed, but he wasn't no good either. So that was my type. I'll say my type now is just whatever man sparks my interest within my religion, within like Yeah. I have a question that says, what made you get into phlebotomy? So with phlebotomy, that wasn't my original choice within healthcare. Originally, and what I still want to do is I want to be a nurse. I still want to get, that RN next to my name. Phlebotomy was my homegirl. She was like, oh, like you want to get into the medical field, but you don't want to commit so soon to like straight nursing school. Because me, I don't have like no medical background other than being a science major, like having a biology degree. So she was like, if you want to like, get a feel for the healthcare field without having to like, just like jump straight into like school, then look into phlebotomy. And I prayed about it, y'all. I tried to put it out. I prayed about it, and God really opened my eyes to it. Like every turn, when I would get like some free money or like some extra money, I would find myself like, whenever I would get like some free extra money, I would be like, oh, I can go to the store. I can go buy this online, go on TikTok shop. But for some reason, the phlebotomy advertising will always come up whenever I get like some extra money or something. And I'm just like, damn, like, this is really a sign, because some things are just coincidental. Our phones are very federal and they listen to us, but then some things you just got to know that's just God showing you, opening your eyes to it. Because sometimes we don't take those little signs. We need like things thrown in our face. So yeah, it was my friend's idea for me to look into it, and I prayed about it, and God reinforced it. So then I looked at phlebotomy training specialists and signed up with them for Saturday classes. It was maybe like a month long, like 5 weeks long, and I was scared because I'm not scared of blood. And phlebotomists do more than just play with blood. Like we play with urine, stool, sputum, all kind of stuff. So sperm, vaginal swab. So it's like we deal with so much, like so many different body fluids. So it wasn't like blood creeped me out. I was just scared. I didn't want to like hurt nobody. I wanted to be great. Everything I do, I want to be great at. And that's just my personal flaw. This badass dog that got in my bed. Y'all see him? That's just my thing. But yeah, then I ended up being really good at it, and I love it now. What I do now, I love doing phlebotomy. I love poking people. Not a fan of planning pee or poop or nothing, but it doesn't bother me because I mean somebody got to do it, right? And you would rather somebody who cares about healthcare do it than somebody who's just drawing your blood and playing with your pee and processing your fecal just for a check. Respectfully. This question say this, y'all so messy. So the next question says, are you seeing anyone right now, or are you single? No, for real. I'm single. I'm single as a Pringle, as the girls be saying. But it's not because like I don't want to tell like I'm just like going on strike from dating. I'm just really being intentional, like I was saying earlier. I'm intentional with dating. And when it come down to these men of God, they got these bios and they got these scriptures in their bios, but that don't be them. I don't know who that be in their bio. It don't be them. Them boys be on demon time in real life. So I'm single. It's hard because like dating in my city is so washed out because we all grew up in this city for real. So it's like dating here is hard because we all know one another. And then when somebody new do come to the city, they probably ran through already because everybody looking for somebody new and they probably already went through them. You know what I'm saying? So I hate how I just worded that, but that's just the real truth behind it. But like in my head, I know the kind of man that I want for myself. I know the kind of man that I need as a Christian woman. I know how I want to be led. It's this one man that I do like, and he know who he is. But you know, that's a real man of God. That's a real man of God, and that's a man that can definitely, you know what I'm saying, be that man for me. Amen. But no, I'm single. I wouldn't say single ready to mingle, but single ready to meet my husband that God got planned for me. That's really what it is. I I'm over dating because dating is just so exhausting and people love bomb you. And also, like, being a pretty girl is hard because a lot of men just want to experience you rather than actually like be with you for real, which is so weird to me because like it's weird. I'm making a video. It's weird because like, other than being a pretty girl, obviously, like I have relax, I have so much more to offer other than just my looks. Like, I make my own money, I'm degree, going back to school, I'm a God-fearing woman, I'm a God-led woman, I try my hardest not to sin, like, and I can really pray, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I just have so much more to offer, rather than just like looks and lustful things and things of this world. Like, I'm looking at the bigger picture. When it comes down to it, I be looking at the bigger picture when it comes down to being with somebody, not just like the current. Like, of course, I think everybody is into like the physicalities of like how somebody look, because you want to be with somebody that you are physically attracted to, correct? But also knowing that like this same person that you may be in love with their height, they can easily get into a car wreck the next day and be paralyzed from the waist down, and now they're in a wheelchair. And like, I know that's kind of dramatic, but that's just the truth, you know? So it's like, I go for physicalities, yes, but I also know that I can't obsess with that because where I want to get is to my man of God, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, this question says, so what's up with you and my boy Najee Bear? Seem like y'all had some chemistry for real. Is there any way y'all can reconnect? Now, I went to college with Bear. I met Bear my junior semester. I ran for Miss Junior and I lost by 2 votes. I never forgive y'all for that. But I will say, me losing by those... Benji, be quiet, okay? Me losing by those 2 votes really turned it up a notch, because I went from wanting to be Miss Junior to being a queen to being somebody that just is in heels to now I'm junior class president. I'm senior class president. So I will say shout out to Bear, because although all he did for me for Miss Junior was take my pictures, he put me out there, because that was a very, very hard thing to win, to lose Miss Junior by 2. And I think I won junior class president by 4. So shout out to Bear. But as far as chemistry, I don't know what they're referring to. I don't know who asked me this question, because you know it's anonymous. I've never seen Bear outside of being a friend, so I'm not really sure where that came from. Yeah, I'm not really sure where that came from. Me and Bear ain't got no chemistry. Love you down, Bear, but I ain't ever seen Bear outside of like being a friend. So I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know who asked me that one. The next question is, how did you get into content creation? So when it comes down to content creation, I already have a lash business, The Pretty and Mink Vault. And with being a lash tech, you're already posting like you doing lashes 25/8. If you got a new policy, you're having to reinforce that on your page and your story, all that. And I also, I'm also somebody when it comes down to my brand, because I had been doing lashes full time for 5 years coming up this month. So when it comes down to having my own brand, I always show my face behind the camera, or I always show the face behind the brand, because I feel like it's just way more personal to know who the actual artist is and who's behind this account and all that, rather than just seeing people just getting posted and not knowing anything about like your lash artist or, you know, anything like that. So when it comes down to content creation, I already had been posting myself on my lash page. And I would make like little fun TikToks when I was like in my first salon and like my studio suite that I had. I would post and stuff like that, but it wasn't never nothing like serious I wanted to do. As far as now, content creation for me, it's also still very fun. Like, now, this is where I'm at with it, right? If I were to get like a full-time like career or be like a full-time content creator, I would love that. That would be amazing. But I know that the path that God has written out for me is nursing. So I'm gonna still want to be in the medical field. So as far as like now, my YouTube is more like my day in the life, vlog, stuff like that. But my TikTok is mainly like phlebotomy and medical vlogs and stuff like that. That's my song. Anyways, but for me, I don't know, like to me, content creation is fun. Like even me sitting here talking, I'm a certified yapper, certified P-yapper. So me doing this, like, I just feel like a streamer. Like I'm in my room, y'all see my bed. But like now with content creation, like me taking it, I'm trying to make sure I'm sitting up straight, y'all, because I be slouching. But me taking it serious now, as far as like having like a whole setup, like I'm at my vanity, I have my Sony ZV-1F, got the whole tripod. I got like hella tripods all throughout the house. Just like, I don't know how it got to this point, but I'm so glad that it did, because I really, not saying that I don't feel important outside of doing this, but like when I have my camera up and when I'm sitting here talking and engaging, I really be feeling like I'm just somebody. Like whether I have 20 views, 15 views, 100 views, 16K views, like I be feeling like I'm just like, oh, I'm in here. Like they be wanting to hear what I gotta say, and I be wanting to, you know what I'm saying, like feed that into people. So that's really how I got into content creation. Also, like just having friends that do it, like Danielle, I love her passion behind it, and it's super inspiring. Have you always been this fine? Y'all so funny. The way that I want to answer it, y'all ain't gonna like what I'm finna say, but the answer is no. I have not always been this fine. I just got this fine. I ain't always been this fine. Now, if I might put like some clips in here or like some pictures in here. I'm trying to make sure I stay in the frame. But I might put like some pictures in here or whatever. But back in maybe like, what year was that? Maybe like 20, I'm finna tell y'all right now. Not that far. 2022. I moved out of mama's house. I got my own apartment, making big girl money, you know, full-time lashing for real. And I moved out. Nobody ever came to visit me. So I got, you know, went under depression. All I would do was smoke and eat. And by smoking and eating, I'm going, now I really was ass backwards. I would go and pick up the marijuana, but I would DoorDash the food. Like I just couldn't go do both in one setting. But anywho, I had a dash pass, stayed on the 3rd floor of my apartment, so I had stairs, and that was one thing that I was not finna go up and down with some stairs to get some food. And you know, dash pass be like, oh, buy 1 Wingstop sandwich, get 2 free. Now I got 3 sandwiches to eat. I can't save them. So back in 2022, I went from like 150 to 240 pounds. I know folk be like, oh no, I could never see you like that. That's cool that you can't see me like that, but that's how I was. And I was a really big girl. Like, I'm finna show y'all right now. This was me when I went to go see Lucky Day at ACL. This was back in 2022, October 2022. And although like I was a bigger girl, I was very confident. Like, and it's crazy because nobody told me I was big, and that's what get me, because I really did not know I was big until it was too far gone. Like I was like, damn, I kind of look a little, and I don't even know how I figured out that I was big. I think it was once I went to Atlanta with my best friend and we took pictures. I just saw how like uncomfortable I looked in all the pictures. I was just like, damn, like I look big as hell, like on phone now. I'm like, hello. So when I say no, I ain't always been this fine, is because I really was, I mean, I was a cute big girl, but like that's just not how I envisioned myself But yeah, I really was just big. Nobody told me, hey, maybe you should put the thing down, stop ordering the food, cancel the Dash Pass. I also got sick a lot. I had COVID, I had flu, I had an ear infection. I had got my wisdom teeth pulled, like a whole bunch of different stuff, to where like I was forced to stay in the house and I had to like get food DoorDashed, or I had to, you know what I'm saying, like just be on the couch. So yeah, but then I got this dog. His name is Benjamin. He go by Benji. Benji, like Benji Franklin. And that helped my depression, but I still was big. And I wonder if Benji be like, damn, like, you look different, I look different. Because Benji, when I first got Benji, he was like this big and he was all black. And now Benji is, he like, girl, don't clock my teeth. Now Benji, he's, you know, he's 2 years old. I got him when he was 3 months old. He's 2 years old, about to be 3 years old in September. And he's bigger, like he's skinny, he just skinny and long, and then he turned colors, so now he's like gray, brown, and black rather than being all black. But no, thank you though, whoever said I was fine, but I have not always been like this. This is like the most confident I feel really my whole entire life. Like, even just being in front of a camera, the only thing that I feel like I still have like my big girl habits is, or I don't want to say like big girl habits, but I guess more so like my own personal insecurities is whenever I have to do like full body pictures, because I'll be like, damn, I'm still big. Even though I'm 180 now, I done lost all that weight. I went from 240 to 180, starting at 150 to 240 to 180. So I should be happy where I am now. You know what I'm saying? I gained a lot of muscle, turned a lot of that fat into muscle while also losing a lot of that fat. But yeah, I ain't always been this fine. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental thing. And yeah, it's funny because when I see myself in videos, I be like, damn, I really be looking good. I be looking tea. And I see why, I be seeing why folk be saying what they say about me, how they be like, oh, she flirting with this person, or oh, da-da-da. The whole time, it don't be nothing. I'm not answering this phone call right now. Yeah. But no, I haven't always been this fine. Thank you for the compliment. But yeah, makes me feel good. Somebody asked me again, are you seeing somebody? No, I'm seeing myself. I'm seeing where God is taking me. Following Jesus. What's another one? What's your favorite color? Favorite color is pink. Love pink down. I wasn't always a pink girly. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it stemmed from, but I got into my girly era and I'm a pink girl. Do you be in drama? Hell no. I mind my business, make my money, come home, be a dog mom, go to church. That's it. I will say that there are a lot of women that don't like me. It come with being a pretty girl. It really do. And I just realized they ain't got nothing to do with me. I realized, baby, that's all personal insecurities. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know them in real life. I ain't bothered them in real life. I don't speak on nobody. So, you feel me? What else? I'm gonna answer maybe like 2 more. Let me find 2 good ones. Who is your favorite rapper and your favorite song? Rapper? Rapper? Ooh, I know. But is he considered a rapper? Well, I'm gonna say Party Next Door. Favorite song right now by him? Oh, it's so many. Right now, I would have to say it has to be, I have 2. I can't decide between these 2. But Rendezvous and Relax With Me. Those are like my go-to songs. I don't know what it is, but those 2 songs, they just eat down. Like, love it. But yes, Party Next Door is my favorite artist, rapper right now. He's just amazing. Cause y'all already know who my man is. My artist man, baby, y'all already know Lucky Day. Can't nobody top him. Hello? Yeah. Baby, she just I love you, babe. Love you, D. It's a heart. It's a heart. Okay. I'm gonna answer one more. One more. Let me find a good one. Ooh. If you could move right now, where would you go? That's a very good question because I be wanting to up and move my whole entire life to Atlanta. A lot of folk be saying like, oh, I could see you in Atlanta. Atlanta is just like, I went there one time, maybe in like 2023. Y'all, I loved it in Atlanta. It's so black, it's so beautiful, like it's amazing out there, and I just love it so much. I could see myself advancing like in my content career in Atlanta. I also could see myself advancing like in the beauty industry in Atlanta. And I told myself once I become a nurse, I'm going to get a traveling contract and travel to Atlanta and work there for a few months. Maybe like Alpharetta, Marietta. I say Atlanta, like where I would stay in like Alpharetta or Marietta. But I would love to like actually explore like Atlanta because I really love Atlanta. But I would have to live on the outskirts like Alpharetta or Marietta or Dunwoody. I think it's Dunwoody or Dunwoody, one of the two. But yeah, either Dunwoody, whatever it's called, Marietta or Alpharetta. And I would love to like explore Atlanta, but live on the outskirts in one of those three. Yeah. But because I am family oriented, I don't see myself leaving Austin unless my immediate family leaves Austin. But that's not going to happen because we're all from here. So yeah, we're not going anywhere. I'm not going nowhere. But if I had to, I would be in Atlanta right now. I love Atlanta down. Now, I don't know how my dating life would look in Atlanta because I know Atlanta men be, well, they be saying that Atlanta men out there don't be, you know, they be for the men too, but I don't know nothing about that. I just know that I love Atlanta and Atlanta love me. You feel me? But that does conclude today's episode. It was a very short one, very sweet one, but I wanted to get on here and answer these questions before I forgot, because y'all know, real ADHD, real psycho queen, you know what I'm saying? So thank you to everyone who did submit a question. Thank you for those who were bold enough to just text it to me, or for those who went on the NGO link and actually engaged and responded and stuff. I love y'all down. I appreciate y'all. And make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Let me know your feedback. If you have any questions or any answers that different from mine for different questions, let me know. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.